Today, Mike visits the beautiful Gulf Coast of Florida and finds a vet connoisseur who loves his detailing almost as much as Mike. Stick around to find out the awesome story of what's in the garage. It's time for a journey around America in search of the hidden gems, rare finds, and unbelievable collections in the garages of the country's auto enthusiasts. Each week, Mike Phillips will lead us through the amazing, fascinating, and entertaining backstories that make up What's in the Garage, presented by AutoGeek.net. Today, Mike is in beautiful Tampa, Florida.
Welcome to another edition of AutoGeek's What's in the Garage. I'm your host, Mike Phillips, and today I'm in Temple Terrace, Florida to check out a few really cool cars in the garage here. In fact, when I pulled up, one of the first things I saw was a NSX, an Acura NSX is black, and a Corvette that's silver. Man, these things look good. If this is what's in the driveway, I can't wait to see what's in the garage. Hi, my name is Mike Phillips. Are you Jerry?
Mike, yes, good morning. How are you?
Good. Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Same
First
here.
thing I noticed was a couple really nice cars out here in the driveway, the NSX and the Corvette. I can tell from being in here that you like black cars.
I like them.
Why are these out in the driveway like this?
Well, because I don't have any room in here. You can see I have my prize cars in here. I've got my 68 Corvette, which I've had since almost 40 years. It's an original car. Original engine, transmission, rear, and I've had it, as I said, for 40 years. It was my college car, and I've had it longer than I've had my wife, longer than my kids, longer than a number of girlfriends, but here it is. And in addition to that, I've got a 66. We did a body off restoration on it right here. Everything on that also is mostly original. Small block, 410 rear. It's got a Tremec transmission, 5-speed, so I can drive it on the highway, and I absolutely love it. And up here, we're building a 70 SS 396 Chevelle, also quite original. Body off restoration, and most of this was done here. I'm going to finish it up and should be done probably in about 2 months or so.
Well, that's a great story. But you know what? One of the things I wanted to ask you about was the NSX out here. Now, this is like a race car on the road. Can you tell us about this?
I bought this in 2004. It's a 2000 car. It had very low mileage, and it's been pampered. It's my daily driver. I absolutely love it.
Every single day you drive this down the road?
Every day.
Wow, that's incredible, because these are like race cars. I mean, seriously, this is a lot of engineering behind that car.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
And what do we got here?
This is my son's car. It's a 2000 Corvette, obviously all original, and he probably takes care of it better than he takes care of me. It's in beautiful shape, as you can see.
Well, one of the things I can tell is that the finish on all these cars is in just absolutely phenomenal condition. When I walked in here, one of the first things I noticed is you got a complete line of detailing supplies here. I work for AutoGeek. I noticed you got AutoGeek products, you got the Wolfgang, you got the Mothers over here, you got Dodo Juice products, you got a Wolfgang foam gun down there. So it looks like he's completely equipped to take care of the finish on all your cars, and they look great.
Yes, I have to leave it up to him. He does the work for me, does everything. And the reason why these cars look this way, at least the finish on them, is because of him.
Yeah, it does look good. Also, he's got the Brinkmann Xeon swirl finder light. That helps you get all the swirls out of the car.
Correct, and with black cars, you know how important that is.
Well, yeah, black is the hardest thing to take care of. So now tell you've had this for how many years now? This
almost 40.
68? Almost 40 years. Well, I tell you, man, it is just immaculate. You know, the body lines on this particular year for a Corvette, the real sexy fender lines here, these things just scream testosterone. This thing's beautiful.
It's nice. It's nice. Starts up, it runs really well, and I absolutely love it.
You know what I really like is the slotted mags. I'm a big fan of slotted mags, and they look really nice with the silver paint.
These are the Anson mags, which I originally got them in 1972, and I got them because Joel Rosen put them on his motion cars, and this car is originally from New York, and I said, well, let me put them on the car, and I've had them ever since.
No, they look great.
Thanks.
Well, we're going to take a break, but we'll be right back. We're going to take a look at the two black cars in here.
What's in the Garage, presented by AutoGeek.net, is brought to you by Optimum Car Care. Accelerate into the future. Available at AutoGeek.net. And by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology. And by Pinnacle, science and nature in harmony, available at autogeek.net.
Welcome back. Well, Jerry, one of the things I noticed when I was in here is you got a nice tool set, nice workbench, you got your own air compressor. Looks like you're a true car guy. A lot of air tools on the wall there. You can do all your own car work?
Yes, absolutely. We do everything here as much as we can. Everything but paint and body we do right here in our little garage.
Yeah, well, that's always kind of nice. It's nice to get done with a hard day of work, come out and relax just working on your cars.
Yeah, for me, it's therapy.
Yeah, I agree. Now, what I see over here is a 66 Corvette, but I see the hood isn't right on that. Can you tell me what's going on there?
Sure. Since the engine is not original in this car, we decided to upgrade it or change it to our liking, and we ended up putting in a 67 hood on it. And as a matter of fact, if you look at the car itself, these are black, the hood is silver, and I took the color silver from my original 68 and had the stripe on this car put in silver as opposed to the white or the red, which you typically see on these cars. And as a matter of fact, on the Chevelle, the silver stripe there's a stripe that goes across the trunk and the nose of the car. Originally, we did that also in the same silver as the 68, so they match in their own kind of way.
So your cars are all color coordinated?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, well, the Scoop looks great on there. Now, tell us a little bit more about what do you have in here for an engine?
Engine is a 327, 350 horsepower. Okay. Car has power steering, power brakes. I added the aftermarket AC unit because it is Florida, and it does get hot and humid here. And I also put in a Tremec 5-speed transmission to lower that 410 rear down so that I can drive it on the highway.
You have 410 gears in the rear of this thing?
That's correct. So
wow, that's really low.
It's low, and
I bet this thing really gets it on.
It goes. The neighbors know when I'm around.
Hey, you ever take it out and just stand on it?
Not really. I'm just getting a little bit old for that.
Yeah, well, your son will probably do that for you.
I think so. I think so.
Well, what do we have up here? This looks like a Chevelle.
This is a 1970 SS 396 Chevelle. It's been treated to a body-off rotisserie upgrade, complete renovation. We had the frame in here, did all of the engine work and everything right here in the garage. And the body was done at one of my friend's shops and came back, we mated them, and now I'm putting it together.
Well, underneath there, just everything's so clean you could eat off of it.
Oh.
You've really done a nice job on this.
Yeah, thank you.
So body off on this, body off on this?
Body off on this.
All three?
Three of them.
Completely take them apart, put them all back together again?
Yeah, correct.
So they are sweet.
Thank you.
So what's the plan, time schedule to have this one done, this work in progress here?
Hopefully it'll be completed within 2 months. And that's what we're aiming for.
Okay. Well, sure does look nice.
This one is power steering, power brakes, automatic, air conditioning, power windows, all factory.
Now, is this another one for you?
This one will be for my son.
Oh, okay. So he's the detailer and he's going to get the Chevelle.
He'll get the Chevelle. He's put enough time into it.
Lucky boy.
Yes. Well,
well, he's paid his dues, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a daughter also. I'm trying to get her into a hobby, but it's a little tough.
Well, just ask her what she wants and build it for her.
Build it for her.
Take her to a few car shows.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be checking out another garage. You there, Calvin?
Sure, come on in.
Hey, how are you doing? Mike Phillips.
Hey, Mike, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I've been told you got a lot of nice cars. Wow, a 57 Chevy Convertible?
Yes,
What's
sir.
the story with this?
Well, it's a pretty nice car. It's a 283 power pack, dual exhaust, 4-barrel with the standard transmission. Fun car, really fun. It's been fully restored, frame
beautiful.
off. Beautiful car.
Very highly collectible.
Yes.
The first thing caught my eye was this car. This is beautiful. What a beauty. What else have we got here?
We got a store full.
And the first thing I noticed over here was this Mustang. Now, this is a color I haven't really seen before.
It is a very unusual mid-year color, I understand. It's called Frost Turquoise. The Ford folks came out with that kind of in the middle of the year to attract attention. There were some other pastel colors that were also available. This car, really a neat car. It's a 289 unusual 2-barrel with a 4-speed, factory 4-speed.
That is unusual.
Very unusual.
Now, is this restored or is this completely original?
No, it's been painted, but we haven't done much of anything else to it. Just painted it. The interior is pretty nice.
What is the story with the Mustang right next to it?
Well, that one's a real toy. That is an Svt Cobra, gigantic engine. The engine's bigger than the car, it looks like. All of these cars, the engines are built and they're signed by the builders. They actually have the names of the guys that built the engine.
Now, how many cubic inches is this?
This is a, 406, I believe.
Is this a big block?
Yeah.
Wow, it's really stuffed in there. Completely fills up the engine compartment.
Yes, sir.
You can tell by the valve cover, I mean, it's just massive.
Yeah. You don't have room to change the plugs in this one hardly at all.
Wow, that'd be a real project.
Yes, sir.
So you take this out and put the pedal to the metal once in a while?
It's fun.
Yeah?
It's fun. That's the only description for it. It's fun.
You ever got caught racing?
Not in the last 20 years, but before that, yes. Lots.
Now, here's another Mustang. What's the story with this Mustang? You obviously like Fords.
Well, yeah, I've been accused of being a Ford man for a long time. This is an 88 GT, low mileage car, 5-speed. It has the 302, beautiful white interior, a white top. Really a nice car. I did not restore this car. I bought it in the condition you see it in.
Well, it's immaculate.
Yes, that's factory original paint.
That's the factory paint.
Yes, sir.
Boy, that white interior looks nice.
Yep, bright red and pretty.
Well, Calvin, no car collection would be complete without a Model T. What do you got going on here? What year is this?
This is a 1927 touring car. My grandfather Kincaid had one of these cars back in the day, I guess. This car came out of the state of Alabama. The last time it was tagged was in 1961. Still has the 61 Alabama plate on the back of it. I got it from a friend of mine, Dan Williams, over in Wartrace, Tennessee. All I intend to do with this one is just get it running and play with it. I want to take my grandchildren riding around in town and that sort of thing. It is all original. Original paint, original interior, original everything.
The original patina.
Right, the original patina. You can tell that I have varied interest, no question about that. This is a 1984 Coupe Deville Cadillac with leather interior, unique paint color. Frankly, I don't know what the name of the color is. It's kind of a, I don't know.
They had a color back in the 60s. It's called Persian sand. Now, this isn't Persian sand, but it's in that feel.
Yeah, it's close. It's a unique color. Got a half vinyl roof like everybody had back in the old days. Great car. Just, I don't know. It was sitting on a used car lot here in town. I just drove by it, and it just kept sitting there begging me to come get it, so I went and bought it. I just couldn't resist.
And then right next to it, you've got this awesome black convertible. What is this, and what is the story?
It's a 1957 Ford Fairlane 500 Sunliner convertible that I have owned for 22 years. It's been sitting here all babied and taken care of. I usually keep it covered up. It's got the 312 engine with the 4-barrel carburetor, automatic transmission, power steering, standard brakes. I've got a Wonder Bar radio for it. I just haven't got it installed right now. I took it out. I'm in the radio repair business, so I fixed it. I got to put it back in.
This is a cream puff. This is like a parade car.
Nice car, yes, sir. It came from Colorado. It didn't have any rust in it at all. Great body, great running gear. Drive it anywhere. It's just really a pleasure to ride and drive in.
Yeah, what's nice about these old cars is, again, the dashes. They're just very, very pretty. I see you got the original horn ring. Those have a tendency to break. People hammer on them too hard.
Yes.
It's all still intact. Nice car.
What's in the Garage, presented by AutoGeek.net, is being brought to you by Wolfgang for long-lasting protection and a crystal shine, available at AutoGeek.net. And by Low Car Performance Products, quality, plain and simple. And by Pinnacle, science and nature in harmony, available at AutoGeek.net. We'll be back with more of Calvin Kincaid's Garage.
Welcome back to Auto Geek's What's in the Garage. Now, Calvin, I got to ask you got a lot of really cool cars in there, and then over here in the corner, you got this 4-door grapefruit green Maverick. What's the story with this?
Well, everybody kind of makes fun of my 4-door Maverick. It's a car that was sitting on the Ford dealer's lot the day that my father bought his last car, which happened to be a 75 LTD. So he wasn't interested in this car at all, but one of his friends did buy it, Mr. Malcolm Morgan. And Mr. Morgan and his wife Nellie Mae drove it for years and years, and when they passed away, I don't know, I'm just drawn to it for some reason or other.
Now, right back here, this is really nice. What do you got here?
This is a 1950 Chevrolet Coupe. A nice car, runs good, has been restored a little bit, painted, and the seats have been recovered. The engine and the transmission and all of that sort of thing is original. It does have the wide whites and the sun guard up there across the
I love
front.
this. This is a nice touch.
The visors were kind of unique. Of course, nobody had air conditioning back in these days.
What did it have for a motor back then?
It's a 6-cylinder. It's a 216 cubic inch 6-cylinder motor. It runs like a sewing machine.
Uh-huh.
Just great.
They built these like tanks. That's a nice touch, the chrome valve cover. Probably pretty hard to find nowadays.
I think it probably is. It's unique and it's different to have the chrome valve cover on it. We're going to clean it up and try to make it kind of shine a little bit before long.
What's the story on this right here?
1947 Ford two-door sedan that I bought from a college student. He went to Vanderbilt University probably 25 years ago. My reason for buying it, my very first car was a 1948 two-door sedan, super deluxe, like this one. That was, I gave $41.29 for it. I gave considerably more for this one, but I want to restore it. Again, if I just live long enough, I can do them all, but it's going to take a while.
Well, it looks like it's still in really good shape.
It is. It's very solid. It runs great. Take it out, drive it down the road anytime. It's solid as it can be.
Now, Calvin, when you pulled the car cover on this, I dang near had a heart attack. Is this the real deal?
It's the real deal. It's an original Shelby Gt350h, which is the Hertz rent-a-racer that the Hertz rental car company and Carroll Shelby got together, and Ford Motor Company, and offered a limited number of these cars, and they were called the rent-a-racer. All kinds of stories about rent-a-racers, guys renting them and taking them out to the strip, running them over the weekend, then taking the high-performance 271 horsepower engine out and putting a regular 289 back in it, returning it, all kinds of neat stories. This car I bought from a physician, a doctor, retired in Mount Eagle, Tennessee, that bought the car from Hertz. I have the title, transfer, and all that sort of thing. So it is really a Hertz rent-a-racer. It is listed in the Shelby registry. Car number 700 and something, I don't remember right off the top of my head.
Now, what is the story on this? This looks like a clown car, or a kiddie car.
Yeah, again, you can tell my tastes vary a lot. This is a 1949 Crosley Hotshot. The engine in this thing looks like a lawnmower engine, very unique, extremely small. And people that own Crosleys are special people.
Wow.
Now, the reason I bought the Crosley is because I am a Crosley appliance dealer, and I've always wanted a Crosley. I was in Hershey year before last, and I have spaces at Hershey, and this little car was about 5 spaces down from mine. And I kept walking by it, and my wife said, don't do it, you know. And I went to get a turkey leg for lunch, and I bought a Crosley.
Boy, I tell you, the motors don't get too much smaller than this.
No,
It looks
sir.
like a sewing machine.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's got the headlights, kind of like a Bug-Eye Sprite.
Yes, it does. It
Very
looks
unique look to it.
very unique.
Well, that's really nice. I kind of like this car just because it's so unique amongst everything else that you have in here.
Yeah, a little different.
Yeah. Next up, I'm going to share some tips and techniques for detailing your car.
It's time for Show Car Garage. Tips on detailing your car to bring out the beauty that will make it show-worthy. Brought to you by AutoGeek.net. We are Car Care.
I want to share with you 2 really cool products from Optimum Polymer Technologies. Now, Optimum are specialists in polymer chemistry. I know Dr. David Gt350h personally. He's one of the best there is. Now, the first one I want to show you is the Optimum Car Wax. Now, this is a spray-on car wax. Now, you can apply this by machine if you want, or how I'm going to do it right now by hand. All you do is you just take and spray this on, put a little bit on an applicator pad. You want to just spread it around. get a nice thin uniform coat down here. Then after it dries to a haze, take a clean, dry microfiber towel and then just gently wipe off any excess. That'll leave you a long-lasting coat of protection, and it'll really bring out the color, gloss, and shine of your car's paint. That's Optimum Spray Wax. Now, after you get to the car show and people start walking around your car, wind's blowing, you get a little dust, here's another really cool product. It's the Optimum Opticlean. Now, this is like a spray detailer, a quick detailer on steroids, because it not only will clean your car, remove fingerprints, smudges, and dust, but it also leaves behind a protective polymer coating. And to use this, you just take and mist some onto the car. Say you see some dust on there, come back with a clean microfiber towel, spread it around, turn to the dry side, then wipe off to a high gloss shine. And this makes getting your car ready for a car show or date night quick and easy. How's that look? When you're finished getting the paint all shiny, here's another quick tip. To get those tires looking really black, use the Optimum Optibon tire gel. Just take this and shake it up, open the spout, put a little bit on a applicator sponge like this, then come down and apply it to your tire. This will give you UV protection, and most of all, it'll create that deep, dark, black shine that we all love on our tires. Plus, it's not all oily and greasy days after. That's 3 great products from Optimum Polymer Technologies. Well, besides the interesting and cool cars inside the garage, she's also got a few out back. We've got a couple Thunder Roads here, back here, old 49, 50 Fords. We've got an Econoline over here that looks like it's in mint condition, ready to be put back to work. And out back, he's got a few cars out here, all waiting for their turn to move to the inside of the garage. Well, that's it for this edition. Now, join me next week as we check out even more cool cars in some different garages.